Welcome back to the Hobbit Hikers Costa Rica adventure. Here is where things start to get a little rough. I woke up, I took a shower, I got ready, I packed all my suitcases and got everything ready to go. This is kind of like my travel hack. I have a little hair straightener thing that keeps it from being too hot in my suitcase, but if I need it to cool down quickly, I lay it right in front of an air conditioning vent or in the window. This is me when I still had hope and excitement. I went to breakfast at the hotel restaurant and burned my toast immediately and had to start all the way over. And I was still like, who cares, just a little burnt toast, no big deal. A traditional Costa Rican breakfast is rice and beans, scrambled eggs, fresh fruit juice, the most delicious coffee you've ever had, and little sausages or hot dogs, and then they have toast with marmalade and fried plantains. I sat down to have breakfast by the pool. We loaded up the luggage into the van. That's Mauricio, he's our driver. He hated my luggage because it was heavy, and I felt so bad every single time. Mabry finally made it. She was one of the people who had to be on standby, so she got in late the night before, and she brought our guide, Yvonne, some American treats, so some Christmas tree cakes, which he had never had before, and of course some Bucky nuggets, some Bussy nuggies. He had no idea what those were, but he was very stressed out. Not about the snacks. The snacks made him really happy. He said he might cry, because we found out that there was massive flooding in Costa Rica overnight. It was all over the news and all over the television, and the place we were supposed to stay, the Chilamate Eco Retreat in the rainforest, was flooded and they were evacuating everybody by boat. So we were no longer going to leave the hotel because Yvonne had to go do a meeting with Trovatrip and his company, because now suddenly we no longer had a hotel for the next 3 days and we had no itinerary for the next 3 days because everything on our itinerary was now flooded. We all decided that we would just be grateful that we were not being evacuated by boat, and we took a little walk down the street to go to the gas station / little corner store to get some snacks. Because we had some time to kill, because we had nowhere to go and no other plans because everything had been canceled. Hongos. I know it's not hongos, it's ongos, but you know what? Hongos. They had all this fresh bread at the store. A lot of us wanted to get some chips and a soda, something to tide us over. And because our plans had fallen apart and we had no clue what was next, I decided to buy a whole damn sheet cake. A sheet cake is better than a stick in your eye. So I walked a sheet cake back to the hotel for everybody. I have no way of controlling any of this. I can't control the weather. I don't have a car here. I can't drive a bus. I can't find hotels and figure all that out for 20 people. That's Yvonne's job, but I can buy a whole sheet cake for everyone to eat and get drunk at 9 a.m. So we all had mimosas and cake, and I spotted some leaf cutter ants outside on the sidewalk. Do you see them? They're moving little leaves back to their nest. Ants are a pretty big theme of this trip, so just get ready for that. Yvonne reported back after he had his meeting, and he said, hey, we have another plan. We're going to put the luggage back on the bus. I found a microphone on the bus. It didn't work, though. We also couldn't get our playlist that we all made together to work because the Bluetooth was broken on the bus. We left San Jose, and we started driving to Sarchi, which is the artisanal part of Costa Rica where they make hand-painted ox carts. The only bad news is that we got stuck in traffic because we were in downtown San Jose. We spent a very, very long time on the bus, and we were all very tired and very sore. We stopped at El Jardín. This is a pretty easy restaurant for everybody to be happy because it's buffet style, family style. They have ice cream, they have coffee, they have little milkshakes. I had been on the bus for a very long time. I had to pee, so I went to the bathroom. It was very fancy and nice. And then I washed my hands, of course. Then I went up to get my lunch. We've actually eaten at one of these restaurants at the last Costa Rica trip we took. You're going to notice quite a few similarities between this trip and the last trip we went 2 years ago because the itinerary we had planned is completely canceled now. And it has been replaced with the exact same itinerary that we did 2 years ago, meaning all of the people who traveled with me 2 years ago have to repeat all of the exact same activities. It's only going to go downhill from here, folks, so stay tuned for part